Yuma kuliwe, ma kuliwe, hima kuliwe. Yuma kuliwe, ma kuliwe, hima kuliwe.
Zuma and Ramaphosa. Ramaphosa, he was a crook too. Why today they say Zuma is a crook? Zuma was never a crook. They was together on the crook place.
They was together on the crook place.
Zuma and Ramaphosa. Ramaphosa, he was a crook too. Why today they say Zuma is a crook? Zuma was never a crook. They was together on the crook place.
And why do you say Ramaphosa is a crook?
Yes, Ramaphosa is a big party.
And why do you
I
say
say
that?
that. I don't want to say you why, but I say.
Guys, where is this gentleman when the country needs him the most? Where is this gentleman, man?
Hangwane, who's Cyril's nephew's house. Our president's nephew is the one whose house they correct. Sorry.
I'm sorry, I couldn't remember which corrupt person.
We kind of lose track
raiding.
of who's corrupt. And by the way, this was the week for the ANC to like relaunch the economy. You know, did you see Fikile Mbalula's like 20-point plan to revitalize the economy? Fikile Mbalula, who's also being investigated, by the way, because there are all sorts of payments that were made to him for holidays and all kinds of things that he obviously didn't pay for himself.
Of course.
And now these guys want to revitalize the economy. Why? Have you run out of money to steal? That's the only question.
I actually wish that all these people would just be raptured into something, the opposite of what a rapture is. Take them down to the ground because they've stolen lives from us.
Well,
Like we like going to these places, going to these cities and realizing what's around and how much they've stolen from us.
You know, guys, speaking about this issue of Cyril Ramaphosa and Morgan Maumela and the scandal of Tembisa, every time when I think about what these people did in Tembisa, and again, I believe that these people have done the same to other hospitals. I don't think that Tembisa Hospital is the only hospital that has been looted, because if you look at the state of our healthcare facilities, they are the same. So if we have a situation like that in Tembisa, and we also have the hospitals that are like Tembisa hospitals where we live, we can actually see the pattern that this is what has actually been done here. And I understand again why people are saying, how can these people sleep at night knowing that they have taken the money that was supposed to be helping the patients? And how many people have actually died as a result of these hospitals being, their resources being taken away from them? How many people have actually suffered as the result of that? This thing, guys, is deep, man. It's deep. And the fact that most of these people that have committed such crimes are still living large. We see the government trying to do a bit of a PR by going to the homes of these people and taking a few cars and a house there and there and trying to make that look as if it is accountability. I hope that South Africans do not get distracted. I hope that South Africans do not get distracted by actually thinking that this is accountability. No, it is not accountability, guys. It is not accountability. And I'm starting to think that it is a big PR campaign from the government. I mean, if General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi hadn't came out and told the South Africans what actually happened, what are the chances that the special investigative unit would have been at the house of Maumela with the cameras from the SABC and other media houses and taking his cars and telling us that these are the items that we have actually attached? If it wasn't for the consequences of the revelations of General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, that's why I'm saying that, man, this is a huge PR campaign, because for the past 15, 20 years, we've heard about corruption scandals. And one of the reasons why South Africans have been very frustrated about what has been happening in this country is because they don't see people actually being held accountable for committing such crimes on South Africans. So now we have the president of the country standing outside the house of Hangwane Maumela. This is the same man that the president has denied knowing. And there are many reports that are saying that no, President Ramaphosa, this Hangwane Maumela guy, you know him very well because he is your nephew from your previous message, from your previous marriage. So you know this guy very well. But Ramaphosa, even in parliament, when John Steenhuisen confronted him about the same guy when he was given the contract worth of 400 million rands, the president said that I don't know this person, I don't know this person. And when the rest of the country was shocked looking at the images that were coming from Maumela's home, the president was also sitting somewhere in his office watching like the rest of us, only for social media to dig up the pictures and the videos of the president standing outside the same house. So now the president and his spokesperson are telling South Africans that, nah, guys, you are just blowing this thing out of proportion because the president is standing outside of Maumela's home. It is nothing but a coincidence.
I need to come to the president. He don't need to come to me.
You come to me. You come to me. How are you, my brother?
Yeah.
I'll give you some love.
I love you.
I'll give you some love.
Yeah. I love you.
How are you? No better cameraman in the world.
Let me tell you.
Yes. So, I mean, if you say it's beautiful, this is the best.
So now they are telling South Africans that, guys, no, man, this thing, it is nothing but a coincidence. But of course, South Africans do not believe them. South Africans do not believe them because now the president said, I don't know this person. Now he is seen outside the house of this person, literally standing on the driveway. And he says that he doesn't know this guy. And of course, this is the response that we expected from Ramaphosa's administration. It seems like even the administration of Ramaphosa is always shocked, like how the president is always shocked by everything that is happening in this country. I cannot wait for Ramaphosa to actually come out and speak with the people of this country. And the fact that he hasn't addressed this country amid all of these things that are happening, I don't know what kind of a president is this. I cannot wait for him to tell South Africans that, no, guys, I was shocked to see the level of corruption in this country. I'm shocked. I'm shocked that there's also a video of me standing outside of the house of Maumela. But no, guys, don't think too much of it. Don't think too much of it because it was nothing but a coincidence. Yeah, right. So now, articles are coming out that Ramaphosa denies knowing Maumela, saying that the video showing him outside Maumela's house, it is just a coincidence. So this article from IOL, it says that President Cyril Ramaphosa's spokesperson said a video showing him outside the Porsche Sentin home of Hangwane Maumela, a central figure in a massive corruption scandal involving the looting of over 2 billion rands from Tembisa Hospital, is purely coincidental. Ramaphosa has denied ever meeting Maumela, who was related to him through a previous marriage. Last week, the Special Investigative Unit raided Maumela's home as part of an operation to seize assets linked to the alleged Tembisa Hospital looting. Okay. I can't believe, man. I can't believe. A recent SIU report found that Maumela led one of 3 major syndicates that diverted public funds meant for healthcare services through a complex web of fraudulent tenders, inflated prices, and non-existent deliveries. Among the items confiscated were 3 Lamborghinis, designer furniture, expensive artwork, and among other property. The total value of assets preserved was 133 million rands, with a total of 900 million rands worth of assets targeted. The SIU found that Maumela alleged used a allegedly used a network of 21 companies to siphon off 820 million rands from Tembisa Hospital over 2 years. The border investigations uncovers that 3 syndicates were responsible for the looting of over 2 billion rands. So the president saying that, man, it was just a coincidence for me to stand outside the house of Maumela and to stand outside the driveway of this person, man. To be honest, man, it is not a good look for the president. It is not a good look. Not with everything that is happening. It is not a good look. And it seems like no matter how hard Ramaphosa tries to distance himself from these shenanigans that are happening, they keep coming back to him. You remember last week, Fikile Mbalula was telling South Africans that no, the ANC should not be associated with these people. These people should be thrown behind bars. The law should take its course, and the African National Congress absolutely has nothing to do with these shady characters. And we told Mbalula that, Mbalula, but you have a president of the country that actually hid hundreds of thousands of dollars in his mattresses and couches there in Palapal. And today we know that even the same couch that allegedly hid the millions and millions of rands in Palapala's farm is no longer there. And it is shady because now even the report of the investigations into Palapala, it has been sealed by the ANC's Minister of Police, Senzo Mkunu, with the assistance of the ANC President, Cyril Ramaphosa. Now we see the same president standing outside a home of a guy that has been pointed out as a figurehead of this nonsense that is happening now. How can you say that the ANC cannot associate themselves with things like this when even your own president right now is taking smoke? Your own president right now is taking smoke because people are just asking, Ramaphosa, what are you doing outside Maumela's home? Didn't you say that you don't know Maumela? When you the one who said that you don't know Maumela, you've never even met this guy. It is unbelievable, man. It is unbelievable. But I think in due time, if enough pressure is actually applied, I think the president can say something. I think he can say something. But to merely say that this is a coincidence, this is just a lazy response. And they are saying all of these things because they can no longer ignore social media. This is how actually powerful social media has actually gotten. That even when the mainstream media is hiding some of these things and not reporting on some of these things, the social media is there to cover the things that the mainstream media is not covering. And because social media is slowly killing the mainstream media, they now see that, okay, guys, we have to start addressing some of these things, even when these things are not being addressed by the mainstream media, because the population, they get to see these things. It is bad, man. It is bad. But I do not believe that it was just a coincidence. I think that it was a nonsensical response. That him standing outside of Maumela's home was nothing but a coincidence. I think it was a nonsensical response. But it is just me, guys. I don't know. What are your thoughts? Please tell me what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to hit that like button at the most important part. Subscribe. My name is Thomas Maba. So I will see you next time. Bye-bye.